Hey everyone, Pillman here and welcome back to our next episode of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Universe mode. Tonight I'll be putting our first 3 men inside the United States Championship Elimination Chamber for our next pay-per-view, of course, for the championship currently held by... can't remember. Championship's currently held by Juice Robinson, I remember now, right. Anyway, our first match to qualify, our first contender to Juice will be a triple threat within the Undisputed Era stable. Kyle Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong. First of all then, we do have Bobby Fish, someone who has very much been part of the tag team part of Undisputed Era the whole time. He'll be hoping that this could be his opportunity to step out as a single star. Next up then, we have got Kyle Reilly, who has been stepping out as a single star a few times, mainly in 205 Live Universe mode, of course. Holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase, coming up to our finale over there. So he's pretty interested to be hoping to try and get another run here on NJPW as well. And last but not least, we have got Roderick Strong, the odd cousin of Undisputed Era. The game does not like to have him as part of the stable, but he is. And it'd be interesting to see whether he can be the one who steps up and gets the opportunity at the United States Championship. Right then, here we go. The Undisputed Three-Way is underway. The winner of this one will be the first challenger for Juice Robinson's United States Championship. Also in tonight's episode, we will have Jay Lethal versus Karl Anderson for a space in that United States Championship match. And our main event will be Brian Pillman Jr., as promised a couple of episodes ago when he had that fantastic match against Adam Cole. He will take on Brian Cage, which should be interesting. And in our next video, the final 2 qualifiers will be Michael Elgin versus Hangman Page and Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. So some real interesting combinations we could get for that one. And then, of course, after that, we will start to do the Intercontinental Championship, guys, which is, I think it's going to be pretty interesting, I think. Like I've said before, it's a different type of match concept that New Japan doesn't normally use, so it's going to be interesting to see their sort of wrestlers inside that concept. So hopefully you guys are up for that. But it probably will mean that all the championships will change hands. I mean, it's very unlikely that the champions will be all saved. I'm still tempted to do more. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll let you guys make the decision because we're still away from the pay-per-view. Do you want to see all the singles championships defended inside the Elimination Chamber? Or do you just want to do what we've got already, sticking with 1 Elimination Chamber per episode of the pay-per-view? So we'll have the United States Championship in one video, Intercontinental on another video, and the IWGP on a 3rd video. Or do you want to see one for the Never Openweight Championship and one for the Junior Heavyweight Championship as well? It's up to you guys what you want to see. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm more than happy. I'm a big fan of the Elimination Chamber, and I think we've got a lot of fantastic names. And I mean, if we were to stick the likes of Ospreay, Ricochet, Ishimori, Kushida, and others all inside an Elimination Chamber for the Junior Heavyweight belt, that could be amazing. And again, for the Never Openweight, I mean, we could stick in Ishii, Shibata, as well as, of course, the champion who is... Who is the Never Openweight champion? I can't remember. Neville, of course. Neville's the Never Open champion. It's a shame, actually. He would have been great in the Cruiserweight one as well, wouldn't he? Brian Pillman Jr. could go in there as well, depending on what happens here tonight. Yeah, so that's an opportunity. So let me know what you want to see moving forward, and that's what I'll do with the pay-per-view, essentially. So say we will have the United States Championship, Intercontinental Championship, and Heavyweight Championship, all inside chambers anyway. And it's up to you guys whether you want to see... Well, I'll ask you the question, right? There's 3 separate questions. This is our question of the day, right? So like I said, United States, IC, and IWGP Heavyweight are all locked in. Do you want to see Never Openweight Championship in a chamber as well? Do you want to see Junior Heavyweight Championship in a chamber? And the third and final question, which might be a bit more exciting. Do you want to see me introduce a New Japan Women's Championship? And we'll bring in some Japanese female wrestlers as well as some women that have worked in Japan a lot. So we could use the likes of course, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane. We could also look at, was it Sakamura? I can't remember her name was now in the most recent Mae Young Classic. Also the likes of Toni Storm, maybe Viper, some people that have worked a lot of Stardom matches. So that's another, those are your 3 questions down below. Do you want to see any of those 3 matches happen at the pay-per-view as well? I'm more than happy to do extra Elimination Chambers. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Elimination Chambers, so the more the merrier, but I don't want to overkill the concept at the same time. Nice spear there. No, it was reversed by Kyle O'Reilly from the spear into a DDT. There's the pin. O'Reilly would love to be part of that chamber. Of course, like I said, he is Mr. Money in the Bank in the 205 Live universe, which I don't think has come to an end yet, is it? No. And I think the last video is coming up in a few days' time, so he's got a chance to cash that briefcase in still, if he needs to, if he wants to. He can, like I said, finish that universe mode with the briefcase and save it for next time. It's up to him. Nice boot in the back there by Bobby Fish, but Roderick Strong no-sold it back up to his feet and takes Bobby Fish up and drops him face first. O'Reilly now sending Strong into the corner, boot across the chest. Strong, nice boot right in the face again. Brings O'Reilly out, but O'Reilly fights back with the elbow in the face. And up into a brainbuster. Nice roll through there by Bobby Fish, straight into the knee bar. Roderick Strong's down. There's no way Roderick Strong's going to be able to break this and save O'Reilly, but O'Reilly does manage to roll through. And a boot in the face of Bobby Fish doesn't break himself free. O'Reilly now locking in that front guillotine. It's a very submission-based, this match, isn't it? And Roderick Strong's there to break it up straight away. I mean, these guys are all good friends, of course. All part of the same stable, yet all of them desperate to get that sort of breakout opportunity. And Kyle O'Reilly's got it. Wow. Kyle O'Reilly has got it, pinning his partner, Bobby Fish. Wow, okay. Obviously, the damage had been done. He just had to remove Roderick Strong from the ring to be able to get that pin full locked in. Well done, Kyle O'Reilly. You are going to our pay-per-view to fight for the United States Championship. Epic. Right, so that would... Okay. Yeah, so I'm just looking at other matches we're going to have further out in the month to make sure everything all still matches up, which it does, which is good. So Kyle O'Reilly wins the first qualifying match for the United States Championship Elimination Chamber match at our pay-per-view upcoming. He joins Juice and Sai, but we've still got 2 more men to add to that match in this episode. First of all, we have got this match, which is going to be Jay Lethal versus Karl Anderson. An interesting opportunity. Both these guys not really done too much so far. Of course, Karl Anderson was one half of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, but now a chance to, again, get an opportunity to break off as a singles wrestler. And here is Jay Lethal that I still can't quite decide. I think this is a much better Jay Lethal call than we normally get, but I'm not quite convinced it's amazing. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is this a good Jay Lethal, or is it a bit rough around the edges? I mean, the last few years have been awful, but I think it looked better in the matchup screen than it does now, to be honest. And of course, his opponent is going to be Karl Anderson. Of course, Anderson is a very accomplished tag team wrestler, but also can put on a very good singles match as well. We've seen him in singles competition in previous G1 Climax festivals for New Japan. And this is going to be a great opportunity for him to show what he can do again. And if he can get himself inside that chamber, it could be fantastic for him and maybe walk away with some singles gold. So here we go. Then the bell rings. We are underway. Karl Anderson versus Jay Lethal for a place inside the United States Championship Elimination Chamber, joining the Juice as well as Kyle O'Reilly. I'm not quite sure I want to win this one. I mean, like I say, Lethal's not really had a huge amount of opportunities so far. I completely forgot I had him, to be honest with you. So, again, let me know what you think about the core on Jay Lethal, if it's good enough. But Karl Anderson is a man that I do respect a lot, and I'm very disappointed in their lack of use that WWE has given them, considering how good of a tag team they actually are. I see them potentially being as a team that once their contract expires, which I should imagine is going to be later this year, because that's the same time as AJ Styles does. So I'm assuming that they might just walk away, and they might look at AEW as an alternative, because they can't be happy with the real lack of time they're getting. And they are, I mean, when you've got Gallows and Anderson on SmackDown, this is what frustrates me, right? You've got Gallows and Anderson on SmackDown. You've got Sanity on SmackDown. Have you still got the Ascension on SmackDown? I think you might have, actually, yeah. When you've got those three tag teams alone on SmackDown, why is The Miz and Shane McMahon fighting for the tag team championships? I mean, I know they're trying to build a storyline where it's going to end up with The Miz versus Shane O'Mac at WrestleMania, but is there another way to do it that doesn't affect actual tag teams? Surely there was a different way they could have built that storyline rather than do it the way they have. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's disappointing the fact that Gallows and Anderson don't really get the plaudits they deserve, but maybe they might do moving forward. I mean, Raw have taken the punt and given the belts to the Revival because they don't want them to lose them. Maybe they'll do the same with Gallows and Anderson, but yeah, I want to see Anderson do well here, I really do. I mean, but I say I'm happy either way in this match, like all the matches really. Like our main event as well, Brian Cage versus Brian Pillman Jr. We saw how good Pillman Jr. was the other day when he faced off against Adam Cole, and now he gets another opportunity to prove his worth again when he takes on Brian Cage, which is going to be very difficult. I mean, Brian Cage is a machine, he's not a man. And I expect to see some good run-ins from Brian Cage moving forward in this Universe mode. I'm a massive Brian Cage fan. I really am, and I would love to see him as part of AEW. Nice Death Valley driver there by Karl Anderson. And slamming the back of the head of Jay Lethal into the mat. Anderson brings Lethal back up to his feet, and Lethal taking Anderson down. It's good back and forth so far. No one's really taken any dominant control of this match as of yet. Remember though, Anderson does have Gallows at ringside. What sort of effect will Gallows have? As I'm not quite sure what Jay Lethal is trying to do here. I think the game has bugged out. It wants him to go top turnbuckle, but I don't think he's realised that Anderson's in the corner. We got another one of these weird moments. The game's full of these weird moments. You'd think they would have fixed a lot of these problems by now, wouldn't you? But evidently not. Lethal breaking free with a headbutt to the chest of Anderson. Sorry, Anderson flips out. Anderson, nice big boot into the leg of... Oh, hello. Maybe he has. Running single leg drop kick. Anderson drops into the pin, but he's taking quite some time after that high impact maneuver. And it's only enough for a 1 count. Crazy. Anderson now gets a hold of Jay Lethal. Drags him across, sends him head first into the turnbuckle, and over and over and over and over and over and over again, up to the 10 count. The crowd loving it. They would love to see Karl Anderson get a good opportunity here. Only a 1 count, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's a real... I don't know why they're not linked up with AJ still as well. I mean, they're both on the same brand again. You might as well, especially with AJ fighting with Daniel Bryan with Rowan. It just makes sense to have Gallows and Anderson alongside him, doesn't it, really? As figure 4 leg lock locked in here by Jay Lethal. And of course, if Kyle O'Reilly can roll it over, Karl Anderson can roll it over, it does reverse the pressure. But Jay Lethal was able to break it. Well, I think Anderson might have been going for the ace crusher there, you know. I think Lethal caught him just in time. Lethal brings Anderson back up, but Anderson tripping Lethal over. Now stalks him. He's going to go ace crusher now, maybe? He goes for it, but Jay Lethal manages to push him away. And Jay Lethal running neck breaker on Karl Anderson. as Anderson just lost his big opportunity here to make his way into that Elimination Chamber bicycle kick. The bicycle. Lethal. That's a really, like, terrible version of the People's Elbow. Lethal brings Anderson back up to his feet. Into the turnbuckle face first. Anderson reverses it, but Lethal catches him with the elbow in the face. Now Lethal taking Anderson up on the shoulder. Into the cutter. Big maneuver. Is that going to be enough for Jay Lethal here to get the 3 count? He's not even going for the pin. But he is going to go. No, I thought it was going to be a figure 4 again. But no, just dropping his elbow onto the inside the knee of Karl Anderson. Lethal sending Anderson face first into the corner. Big boot in the gut. And he's going to go for the figure 4 leg lock around the ring post, which is... It's going to do some damage, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be enough. You can't get the tap out victory there because it's against the rules. So, got to release it before 5. But the damage will have been done to Karl Anderson's leg. So if Lethal can lock in a figure 4 leg lock inside the ring, he might just have done the damage now to get himself that submission victory. Anderson, big uppercut, brings Lethal back up to his feet. Went for the super kick, but Lethal fights back. Lethal now into the backdrop. Big backdrop. Referee's counting. I think Lethal's going to throw Karl Anderson right into the... No, he's not. Anderson kicking Lethal away. Both guys got to get back in the ring soon. Anderson just sending Lethal face first off the turnbuckle post. And what's the referee's count at? It doesn't really matter now because they're both back in the ring. The fans really getting behind Karl Anderson here. Can he do enough to finish off Jay Lethal and get himself inside that elimination chamber? Jay Lethal will Anderson up. He's going to go for it again, isn't he? Boom, cutter. That's the 3rd time this match has hit that cutter. Anderson now slowly getting back up to his feet, but Jay Lethal is stalking. And Lethal once again locking that figure 4. Like I said, the damage was done around that ring post. Is Anderson going to have to tap, or can he roll it through once again? I don't know. I think he got a hold of the ropes. Referee making Jay Lethal break the hold. I'm surprised he didn't get the win there, you know. Dropping the elbow right into the heart now of Karl Anderson. Lethal drops into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Karl Anderson not a lot behind that kick out at all. Not a lot left in the locker of Karl Anderson. Reverse Dragon Sleeper now by Jay Lethal as well. I think Anderson just caught the rope then. Lethal just knocked the hand off the rope, and now Anderson, you see, trying to find the rope again, but can't quite get there. He did eventually. Lethal now brings Anderson back up, sends him face first into the turnbuckle. Anderson fighting back with the elbow, which I think has busted Jay Lethal open, I think I saw. Big vertical suplex, really. Yeah, Jay Lethal is busted open from that elbow. Jawbreaker by Lethal. Oh, nice Blue Thunder bomb on Karl Anderson. 1, 2. Oh, Karl Anderson kicked out. What a match this turned out to be. Karl Anderson really showcasing his ability here, showcasing his singles wrestling capabilities as well. Nice Russian leg sweep by Anderson. Brings Lethal back up. He just took that little bit of time, and that's what's affected him here. Just took too long, and Lethal was able to recover. But vice versa, you know. Swings and roundabouts. Oh, nice running elbow right to the head of Lethal. Let's say Lethal's busted open, so that extra big elbow is not going to help him out too much. Lethal's back up on his feet, slides back into the ring now. Catches. Karl Anderson drops him in the shin breaker, then into the dragon screw again, just damaging those legs, potentially looking for that figure 4 again. If he does hit it again. Oh, switchblade. Out of nowhere, Jay Lethal hits a switchblade as well. There's the pin. 1, 2, 3. Jay Lethal gets the victory. Well done to Jay Lethal. I must admit, the longer the match went on, the more I wanted to see Karl Anderson inside that cell. But either way, Jay Lethal is going to the chamber to join Kyle O'Reilly and Juice Robinson for the United States Championship. Karl Anderson offering a handshake, and Jay Lethal does accept. Great bit of respect being shown by these two competitors. And Jay Lethal, like I said, not had a lot of opportunities so far in this Universe mode, and now has a chance to get himself a championship. And here is our main event of the evening. Brian Pillman Jr. gets an opportunity to get himself inside the United States Championship chamber as well, as he takes on the Machine, Brian Cage. And here we go now. First competitor in this match is Brian Pillman Jr. Like we said, we're given this opportunity because he had a fantastic match against Adam Cole a couple of episodes ago. And I really felt like we had to give him some sort of reward. Even though he did lose that match, some sort of reward. And this qualifying match was the best I could really offer him at this point in time. However, it's going to be very, very difficult. Because this man is an absolute machine. And I would not fancy anyone's chances in the ring against this man. I mean, this guy is absolutely brutal. I would love to see this guy in WWE. I think they could really make an absolute dominant force out of him. His strength is just incredible, and what he can do in the ring is incredible as well. Not only super strong, but very agile as well. So here we go then. Pillman Jr. versus Brian Cage. Just boot in the gut there by Cage. Takes Pillman Jr. up. Lets him think about it. Wow, this is what I said about the strength of Brian Cage. Just holding Pillman Jr. up there for a good, what, 10 seconds or so. Pillman's back up though. Dropkick. He's taken Brian Cage down with a dropkick to the back of the head. And Cage looked in a lot of pain there actually. Pillman doing well here, taking Cage up and scoop slamming him like he's nothing. Wow, Pillman again, as said, we very impressed with his match against Adam Cole. And here he is here trying to really utilise his speed over Brian Cage, and it's working at this point in time. However, he's got to keep it longevity-wise, because as soon as Brian Cage takes control of this match, it could be the end. Pillman gut-wrench suplex on Brian Cage. Sending Cage into the ropes. Ducks underneath him. Into a hip toss. Wow, Pillman's doing a fantastic job here. Like I said, I'm liking Pillman a lot. Oh, he gets flattened though. Absolutely flattened. But again, utilising his speed with the tornado DDT on Brian Cage. Cage has barely got any offense in at all here, you know. Pillman with a rake to the eyes. The Cage taking Pillman up. And again, just letting him think about that. Letting the blood drain from the legs into the body. It's a clever maneuver, this one. It looks like you're just showing off, but when you do that, the blood drains out of the legs into the body, which makes the legs weaker for a period of time until the blood returns. And it also puts extra blood in the head, which can make you feel more dizzy. So it is a very disorientating move that can have an effect for a good few minutes in this match. Pillman, though, once again, hip tossing Brian Cage. Cage is struggling here. I don't think he was expecting this sort of match. I think Cage was expecting just to come out and demolish Pillman and just finish him off, but Pillman's really had an effect on Brian Cage in this match. Cage stiff right hand then taking Pillman up. Pillman flips at the backdrop. Cage catches him again though into a belly-to-belly suplex. Cage just mocking the grounded Pillman. So I think once Cage can get some consistent control in this match, I feel like it might just be a step too far for Pillman to get back into it. Cage boot right in the arm and a boot in the spine as well. And dropping another boot right into the arm. Cage brings Pillman back up. Pillman gets at the back. Forearm into the spine of Brian Cage, but Cage again fighting back, and I think the longer this match goes, the more it's going to go into Cage's favour rather than Pillman. There's only so long Pillman can keep the speed up, and Brian Cage now... Oh, I just F5'd Pillman. 1, 2, 3. Out of nowhere, Brian Cage just picked Pillman up and hit him with the F5. Very Brock Lesnar-esque match, that one. It was very Brock Lesnar, wasn't it? I mean, Pillman just going and going and going and going and going. Looked like he was going to do something amazing. And Brian Cage just picked him up and done one F5 and won the match. But there we go. Brian Cage is going inside the chamber. And Brian Cage offering a handshake here to Pillman. We're seeing a lot of mutual respect in this video. Pillman holds up the hand of Brian Cage, and I would not be surprised if Brian Cage gets his hand held high in a few episodes' time inside that chamber for the United States Championship. Anyway, guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you would like to see some more. We'll be back in a few days' time for some more New Japan Pro Wrestling, where we'll have the final two qualifiers for the United States Championship one. Michael Elgin versus Hangman Page, and Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. And also in that video, we'll see Desperado versus Bushi in a match as well. I feel like I might give Pillman Jr. another opportunity. I think I might give him an opportunity in the Junior Heavyweight Championship qualifier. But like I said, right, those are the 4 questions of the day. Question number 1. Would you like to see the Never Openweight Championship defended inside the chamber as well? Question number 2. Would you like to see the Junior Heavyweight Championship defended inside the chamber as well? Question number 3. Would you like us to add a women's division to New Japan and crown the inaugural champion inside Elimination Chamber at the pay-per-view? And question number 4. Is that Jay Lethal Court any good? Those are my 4 questions for you today. Hopefully people are watching at this point in the video and will be able to actually answer them. But yeah, I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you much for watching. Please do like and subscribe as always, and I will see you very, very soon for our next episode of New Japan. And also don't forget to check out the finale of 205 Live coming up as well. Bye!